It's the 328th episode of the Unranked Podcast. This is Christian Humes here with Alex Tuna.
Yep.
Dan Weine.
Hello.
Tom GameSpot Caswell.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? Welcome back. It's
let me turn off these sunglasses.
our first episode in, like, this is a big break. It's like when we have the holiday break because we had a pre-record for the recent Power Hour. So this is the longest between episodes since, I guess, the holidays when we did a pre-record.
I also feel like the most stuff happened between
Yeah,
time we did like a live recording. Like
we
we decided
to
take a week off when the most news and most things were happening.
You know what, though? That's all right, because we didn't need to be like trying to recap those shows. We could still talk about anything in particular. It's like, wow, that game was amazing. We should say something about it. But otherwise, now we're not like wasting our time just regurgitating the same news everyone else was, you know?
Yeah, never good.
Sure.
Like we were the only gaming podcast that came out last week that wasn't talking about those shows, which on one hand, we're not going to have any info for you. But on the other hand, if you wanted to hear anything else, we're the only ones that were probably doing it. So there's something for that. Why don't we just jump into today's Pokemon? It's our 328th Pokemon.
320. Okay.
What's the name of it?
I don't know. I didn't Google it yet.
Alex, who's that Pokemon?
I'll take a guess.
Right, do
Manderby.
Manderby.
Hold on. What the hell would a Manderby look
Manderby
like?
is good.
Can you please describe the Manderby?
Manderby.
What's the dir? What's the
It's
dir?
a oh, come on, because it's always like a combination of. So Manderby is a combination of a manatee
Okay.
and a
Dude, this is
horse.
so much
in
easier
Derby,
than
reference,
right? A derby. Yes,
in reference
well
to a
done.
derby. So it would be a Manderby, would be a manatee and a horse.
How is the body mixed?
It's definitely got the legs of a horse and the head
Penis.
of a cheetah.
So
So-
there's no manatee parts involved.
Just throwing this out there. You
Yeah.
could have gone with, well, because it's part Charmander and part B and made it so much easier on yourself. But you created this weird monster that Pokemon never created.
What's wrong with
The
that?
Manderby. No, I'm
Manderby's
saying
good.
it-
I think the Manderby is going to be in Generation 8. That's what I think.
9.
I
Nine.
doubt it.
This is my sketch of the Manderby. This is it.
It's like a stab in the dark.
This is the Manderby.
What typing?
Obviously, ground and water.
Cool.
Right. Because the back half of it's brown like a horse, and then the
Yep.
front half of it's blue like a cheetah.
Right.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It actually is a third typing. We are introducing that in Generation 9.5. 358 days later.
What typing is it?
Concrete.
Oh, concrete. Concrete, of course.
That's right.
That's why it has the gray
That's-
back. This is Alex's Pokemon.
Oh,
That's
it's
great.
Beautiful. Manderby. I love it.
That's great. Well,
We
you
need
were
a professional
close.
artist to put that
Well,
together.
I was probably not close at all.
Well, no, you were close in some ways because this Pokemon thematically is all about its mandibles. It's like
Oh.
Trapjaw because it's Trapinch. It's today's Pokemon.
Trapinch.
I'm an inch. I'm about a good inch.
Already?
I've heard that one
That's a
so many
good-
times now that it is now in. You don't even need the soundboard. I'll do
Well, what's funny about that one is it's not a mashup of other things you've said.
it. Right.
My
just
dick.
is.
I'm about an inch. I'm a good inch. I'm an
Right.
inch. Got an
Yep.
inch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you tell me the name origin of this Pokemon, Alex?
It may be a combination of trap and pinch.
I'm an inch.
Ooh.
Which is interesting because I feel like Trapinch is like the closest we
same.
get it to just the
same
literally two words. Just
You mean
they could have
synonyms?
just put an extra P in there. It would have been fine. Trapinch.
So it kind of looks like an ant. It's the
Looks
larval
like a clamp
stage
ant.
of the
Should've been
Antillian
clamp ant.
Clampant.
is what it is based on. Which
Yeah.
let me tell you, click on that wiki link and it'll give you a real fucked up looking insect.
Let me tell you something. Is there any like any talk about, oh, it does say small black eyes with twinkle shaped pupils. So the twinkle actually doesn't say anything else about the pupils.
What is a twinkle shape?
Does that help it do anything? The pubes? What's going on here?
What?
I don't know.
The pubes.
You asked about the pubes?
Pubes.
Maybe
Pubes.
don't use that one as an abbreviation.
I'm
That's
sure
a
it'll
little
get
too
on.
close to
I'm
pubes.
sure it'll get on the soundboard.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. That's like something I just didn't even notice. I like how that its body also looks like turtle shell-esque because it looks actually like one of the previous Pokemon. It's fine. It's a good design. It's a ground type Pokemon, so it's just not going to get me up in the morning. I'm not going out of my way to
I'm
catch
not
a
getting out of
think-
bed.
Trapinch.
It's not
you
getting me out
think
of bed.
this
No
is
one's
a
waking
good-
up in the morning going, "Oh, I got to get a Trapinch today."
You think
Well,
this
I'm
is a
sure
good-
some people wake up and they want an inch.
This is just
Not a
a
lot of
turtle
people.
that got stung by a bee. Like it's just an inflamed head. That's all this is.
A turtle that got stung by a bee.
It's just an inflamed head.
It's an
It's an
inflamed
inch.
head.
That's all it
This
is.
is a dumb Pokemon. This
It
is
is. It's
this
a
is
dumb Pokemon.
lazy. This
All
is
right.
lazy.
All right, scrap it.
lazy.
This
Scrap
is
it. We're
so
replacing it with
lazy.
Manderby starting next week.
Commander bee.
It's great.
Now from Mattel.
All right, let's just get the hell off the Pokemon. Stop wasting our time. Welcome to, I guess, our live show, Tom.
Yeah, we're
going on?
streaming. We're streaming live from OBS, but it's not. I have to like connect it in YouTube and have it then also approve the live stream in YouTube. It seems so. I'm currently figuring that out right now.
Oh,
So
okay,
we're
great.
Currently not
I was
So
live.
if you're
Tom
watching us
King-
live, you have broken into something. And
I mean,
please leave.
some people may have thought because we announced it this month that it would begin next month. But
Well,
Tom,
we decided last. We
we're just-
decided last
just-
week.
Let's fuck it. We'll do it live.
We decided last week. That
No,
was
I
the
know,
whole
it's
thing.
fine. It's good.
Yeah. So
It's good because we can work out the kinks in the first week or two, and then we know how
we've
to
no
got.
kink
It says
shaming. No
it says
kink
we
shaming.
have people waiting in the link.
Is it one
Oh,
person waiting
terrible.
Tom?
to
Or
live?
me? Or is it two? Because it's me and you.
I
my
don't know.
gosh.
Hang on.
Because I was there checking it. Obviously,
unbelievable.
see if it worked.
All right, Alex, what's been going on in your world?
Oh, in my world.
Yes, in your world.
Not much. Not much. We got Father's Day this weekend.
Mm.
Hanging
Your
out with
first
the-
Father's Day.
First Father's Day. hanging
Wow,
out
that
with
is
the-
cool.
Yeah, hanging out with the in-laws on Saturday. And then I am doing nothing on the actual day of Fathers.
That's
So I
I
might be putting
have
together
a theory
some
that
Lego.
this year you're gonna get the shittiest Father's Day present from your daughter. Just throwing it out there. She will probably not have a great Father's Day present year one.
I bought myself the Lego DeLorean.
I was about to say, I'm
yeah.
assuming you're
that.
getting like yourself or you're just getting a Lego thing. Is
Yeah,
what is
so I bought
happening.
myself the Lego
Oh, yeah.
DeLorean. I also secretly bought the Lego Starry Night Van Gogh
Did you?
one,
Hold
which
on.
came.
Hold on. What do you just what do you mean you secretly bought
Well,
it?
just like he secretly bought Thor's hammer.
but
Yeah,
like
so
Thor's
how are you
hammer.
secretly buying presents for yourself? Are you planning to forget?
He's planning on not telling her.
No, so what happened was, so I told her that this is great because she's not going to listen to this. So I told her that I bought the DeLorean one for myself,
Yeah.
right, for Father's Day. Then the other day she came down the stairs and into the basement and she was like, wait a second, what is this Van Gogh? What is this? And I said, oh, that's an old one. I've had that for a while. I just haven't put it together. That's been out for a long
That
time.
is hilarious.
That's just been sitting there. I just haven't had the time to put it together.
I just love that Legos is the lie hill you're trying to die on. You're just like, yeah,
Yo,
I'm gonna keep lying
Lego-
about Legos just showing up.
The amount of like adult Lego
Mm-hmm.
kits has gone on like it's exponential year over year. They're about to
Yeah.
have Lego Con in a few days. Like now it's like every other week they have something I want now, and I'm getting real mad about this. I gotta be
yeah. So I really want. So Tom showed off the Optimus Prime. That didn't tickle my fancy as much as the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah, that one's pretty dope. That one's
That one
pretty
looked
dope.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm definitely getting it once it comes back in stock. Again, I'm gonna have to hide it in the closet and then make it appear one day
There-
and be like, I had this set. It's
There
just
is
a
a
whole
tipping
thing.
point, Tuna. You can't
But
do
it
this
is.
indefinitely. There's
Yes, you
definitely a tipping point to where she will not believe you anymore.
she
that you
won't
had
notice
this
them.
already.
No, but I so the tactic so far has been I buy them. So I always have one
I hope
that
Brittany's one of the viewers of this right now.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
So I always have one, like she comes down the stairs right now. So I always have one set that I'm kind of like always talking about that I want, that I'm going to get, right? So my birthday's coming up. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just buy myself this one. Or Christmas, I'm like, oh, I'll buy myself this one. But at the same time I buy one, I also buy another one.
Yes.
So and then I hide that one.
Yeah.
And then I let a couple months go by and I really
Well, you got to
resist
tell her
the
like, oh, well,
urge.
these are my VIP points from the last couple.
I was thinking
bought.
about that too, because she probably
He's
would
gonna
buy
come up with a
that.
whole lie system.
No,
now.
that's a thing. You get the
The
Yeah,
VIP
bonus
it's
points.
a
program.
thing. The VIP points is a thing, but so far it's
I've got
worked.
some stuff with it.
So far it's worked that I've hid them in the closet and then taken them out after a few months
Yeah.
and been like, oh, I've had this one. This was one I told you about like a year ago. You just not been paying attention. Kind of the way that I don't pay attention when like new makeup shit comes out.
Right.
So it's totally plausible that I would have told her something and she forgot.
Okay.
And
My point is, it won't be today. It won't be probably the next few years. But if you keep this system up for a
Mhm.
long enough period of time, it'll become unbelievable.
it
Because
might.
you will not run out of places to hide these things.
Well, I'll put them together.
Well, yeah, but you still have like what they came in, no?
I do save the boxes.
You got to
because-
let the boxes go. What are you doing?
No, I got
You
the
gotta let
boxes
the
are
boxes
great. I
go.
love
That's
the
what I'm saying.
boxes.
No.
He's gonna
I
run out
keep-
of it.
I keep
I
the book.
love.
I keep the book.
I keep the
Don't
book.
get
I
rid of
keep
the
all
box.
the spare. I keep all the spare Legos.
I keep all the spare Legos as well. You should. have like a little box that is. I have like 10 of these fucking tools now. The Lego tools. I have so
yeah,
many.
but the
Legos.
box. Some of the boxes are so cool.
They're good. They're good. But at a certain point, you have to just let the boxes go.
No, man,
You gotta
Can't.
do it.
can't. I'll sell it on eBay, just the box, and I'll trick some idiot. into thinking I'm-
Justthebox.com.
Yeah.
That's a different website.
That
It's
is
a very
something
different
completely
website. Tom, how are we looking, Tom, on the technical aspect of this show?
Still.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I just went.
man.
I just like the way it told me just to do it now. Went live to like everyone, which is not what we want to do.
Fuck it. We're live with everyone.
I just
It's a
don't
free
understand.
first one. We
Yeah,
give
it's
away
the
stuff
free
for
first
free
one.
now
First
anyway.
one,
So
and
just free
Well, maybe
first
we'll
one.
The free
test
first
this
one.
during the week or something in between.
Jesus.
Tom, if you have it live for everyone, then just leave it, I guess, for now.
I already went.
Oh, okay.
Unlived it.
We're on
Well,
live.
go live again.
We're on a lot. Wait, no,
Go back.
We're that cloud gaming service on live.
Welcome back
Just
to the
make
only
it-
live podcast no one can watch.
Fuck it. We'll do it not live.
Taxi Cab
Um,
Confessions live with Alex Marinello.
Also things we did. Well, actually, I mean me. I went to Dan knows him. Well, knows him, but
What?
we went to a fundraiser.
Alex having a stroke.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew him.
you knew him.
I
yeah,
know his
I
family.
know. So I went to a fundraiser during the Belmont. I actually won a raffle, Michael Kors gift basket.
Ooh.
So
So he's traded those in for Legos too.
Yep, those are gone. Those are now Lego. What else happened? Anything else happen? Oh, I mean, I did a lot of other stuff this weekend. I put together an outdoor umbrella. I put together an outdoor table. We got a grill. I've been grilling up a storm over here.
All right, what are you grilling? I just grilled today. What are you grilling?
Today we grill. When I say we, I mean me. I grilled chicken wings today.
Mm.
They were delicious.
Mm.
I've grilled ribs 3 times. I will say right now, I particularly like St. Louis style ribs, pork ribs.
Mhm.
Baby back can go fuck themselves.
Mm.
What is the
Say-
difference? As someone who's not a rib aficionado,
I think the St. Louis ones are bigger and I think they're juicier, but that's me. The St. Louis ones don't really fall off the bone, they stay on the bone. They're not really pull apart type ribs. But the sauce that I put on them is fantastic. It's my uncle's recipe. It's very good. What else did I make? Pork sausage. What else? Pork chops. skirt steak a couple times. Just been
Well,
we've grilled almost every
You
night.
doing any vegetables?
Yeah, I've got a grill. I got a grill basket. I mean, I'm talking about the mains. Today I grilled up some broccoli. The other day string beans. The other day before that was asparagus. We're grilling like crazy over here.
What's your favorite of the grilled veggies?
Of the string beans were the best, I thought.
I think
thought
corn is still my favorite.
Oh,
but
I also grilled
Asparagus
corn. Yeah.
usually comes out pretty good though. It's
Asparagus
corn, like
also
I feel
great.
like is a classic favorite, but I never seem to
Yeah.
like it when it's grilled.
I
I
also
love
corn was also grilled. Gribbing ribeye. I'm grilling. I'm gribbing.
You're
I'm
gribbing.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm grilling ribeye for Father's Day for my own Father's Day dinner.
And by we, you mean you for you?
Yeah, me for me. I was reading about all this stuff about bone and ribeye, boneless ribeye, and the butcher that we go to. She convinced me that you're basically paying a premium for the bone for no reason. It adds no flavor. So she convinced me on the boneless. So we're gonna try. I mean, because I like the bone, but we are going to be trying boneless.
Does that mean
on
it comes from
Sunday.
a boneless cow?
That's right. It's a
I'm
blob
certain
of a
that that's
cow.
probably true, Alex.
What?
That the boneless is exactly the same.
I mean, she downsold me, so I'm assuming that she, you know,
Yeah, no, it's
is she said basically it's a myth that the bone gives it more. It's just for ribeye. This particular,
It's a myth.
it's a myth that the bone gives it more flavor. All you're doing is paying extra because it weighs more with the bone. So
Scam.
yeah, so she downsold me on the boneless, and we're gonna test it out. Take it for a test drive.
little boneless test drive. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's right.
What?
Play anything?
Did I play anything? No.
Great.
Nope.
Dan, what's going on?
Let's see. I played some Ninja Turtles with you before.
We did.
We
play
used
some Ninja
zero of the
Turtles.
Ninja
What,
Turtles.
5 minutes ago?
Like an hour.
like an
ago.
hour ago. Yeah,
Oh, okay. In relatively, it's pretty soon though.
yeah, very
Yeah,
recent.
no, I mean it's like it's just like the arcade game was, only we played with none of the Ninja Turtles. I was Splinter
Yeah.
and you were April.
Well, I
So-
played again after you. So one thing that happened during it was there was a door Dan broke open. I don't know if it's because we were playing online, Dan, or if it just glitched. But when I played through it on my own,
You could
there
actually
was
go
a
through the
guy
door?
behind it, and it was
Really?
like, you found Bruce, and I got like a bunch of points.
I didn't I knocked the door down and get Bruce. What the fuck?
Yeah, we didn't get Bruce. So maybe it's just that doesn't
Wait, so
happen in
this
the multiplayer. That might
sounds-
just be in the single player.
This sounds like a game that the four of us have to play
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
and-
It
and
plays
easily
up to
could.
6.
Do I need a
Talsar was
bunch
trying to
of
get
do I need a bunch of quarters or is it quarterless?
Ideally,
You can insert quarters into your Xbox as you play it. I don't recommend it. I don't know if it will do anything except for break your Xbox.
I got when Windjammers came out earlier this year, I bought a fight stick, which is like the arcade style joystick, and it has like, you know, the 8 buttons across it. I'm very glad I did, because there's so many old games on like the Switch with the NES collection, like the retro stuff, and on Xbox Live they also have like a ton of retro stuff that's just in Game Pass. So I used that when I played solo. I couldn't do it with multiplayer, because when I tried to do it with multiplayer, since I plugged my headphones into my controller, it wouldn't work. Because like with this arcade stick, you just plug it into your Xbox controller and the Xbox sees it. So it's very easy. But I couldn't do both the headset and the thing. So I had to do it single player. But when I did, it was awesome. It was just like playing at the arcade. Like all the button combos and everything is like a lot more fun. I think you should get one. They're like pretty cheap. You can get one for like $40. You can get like an arcade fight stick. And you can use it for more than just this, you know, just for like all the classic stuff. Something to consider.
I'll get to
It's
it.
good.
I'll take it under advisement. I'll take it under
And
advisement.
Therese
Is
came
it made
up.
out of Legos, Chris? It was made out of Legos, so buy it.
Right. If I could put it together myself out of Lego, I'm definitely in on that.
I mean,
I bet you there's schematics of some kind online.
I mean, Alex, it is just like a big plastic top, right? So
Yeah, no,
Tom
that's what I'm
could
saying.
3D print you a base that like the Lego pieces could connect to,
I love that.
and then
you're
you
just-
could just build your own top.
I love that you're just throwing Tom in here. Like
Well, Tom
he's
will give you the bottom anytime. You
I'll
got to
print
provide
it.
the
I'll
I
top.
thought you were
Prince
about
it,
to say Tom would give you the shirt off his back anytime. That's what I thought. you
No,
were
but
gonna
like
say.
he'll definitely make the bottom available to you at any
I
point.
won't give you the shot of my bag. I will 3D print whatever you need. Love my 3D
I
printer.
guess
Are we
me and Chris
live?
went
What's
on that
going
one.
on?
Yeah.
What's the situation?
It's going to be a write-off for this week.
All right.
A write-off? You don't even know what a
Well,
write-off
Tom, why don't you
is.
join the podcast?
I'm
How's it
writing off my
going? What's
tax.
been
I know
going
that.
Yeah,
on?
let's
What would
just
you like to
join
talk
the
about?
podcast. Apologies for Patreon supporters that we weren't able to. Like, I just don't know how this is meant to work. Fuck
We're
Google to hell.
gonna figure it out.
I'll spend the next week every fucking single day trying to figure this out, and we'll do some.
Yeah,
things. I'm doing
we'll try and
good.
figure it out on the weekend. or
You'd think it would just be a flip of the switch.
I've played a
think.
lot of TMNT. Dig it a lot.
Thanks for the invite.
YouTube. Well, I got a code early, so
Could have gotten me a
wouldn't
code.
have- No.
Day rude.
It's total top move right there.
YouTube.com/unranked podcast, where future live videos will be. Have a review of that up pretty quick. I mean, it's great.
I
It's
mean, I
just
even watched your
simple.
review. That's how hurt I was.
What'd you think of the review?
That was pretty good.
I think that's interesting because you are always. I guess you watch Tom's because Tom made it, but otherwise you're always like, who's watching these fucking reviews?
No, I want everything that comes out on the unranked
Yeah.
thing. I try to give it a watch.
No, that's what I'm saying because it came out on the
Oh.
unranked thing. It's
Yeah,
it's
'cause
different because
I'm
Tom
trying to
did it.
support our own shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. That's
If
fair.
you put something out, if Dan wants to put something out on the unranked YouTube channel, I'll watch it.
Yep. Oh, if you're listening to this now for the $10 tiers that we had, we have a
We
new
lied.
special up for where Alex,
Final
Tom, and I
$10
did
bonus. Find a $10 bonus for
AI
$10
made.
subscribers.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But we used the Dolly Mini and did a little bonus episode, and it's pretty funny. We had a good time with that.
Yeah,
I
so
like the
I've been-
TMNT game.
Mhm. Yeah, it's I think it's everything. I'm really excited to play with you guys, like play all four of us. I think that's going to be like the most fun shenanigans.
Shot
I've been-
Leo.
I've
I
been
like how
playing-
little skill it needed for me to like, be decent at it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Like it's just a
pretty
button
simple.
mash game. That's really all it is.
Gotta
you
love
can-
a button mash. It's
you
like
can.
Castle Crashers.
You can button mash your way through. I will say some of the later levels get difficult. Like you have
Yeah,
to.
I
Like,
know.
strat.
I know. I heard you played on medium difficulty, and by the end, you had to really focus.
I mean, if you watch the intro video, I think
You
there's
just
like
regurgitated
23
lines from
different
my
combos, but it is all X, Y's, it's not like anything complicated, but there are a lot of different moves. When I
It-
played alone, it was much harder. I had to actually like do that
Because
stuff
I was
to
killing
not die.
I was killing 2/3 of the enemies.
Yeah, but also just when you play alone, it's I was also playing as April.
What difficulty did you put on?
I just put it on normal, whatever the middle one
Whatever
is.
the middle one was. That's what I
Yeah.
on. Okay.
So
I've played a ton of stuff, so I will try and rattle through it very quickly. I went to Tribeca Festival last week and tested some things. I played the new Cuphead DLC. I did not beat it. It was just a single boss level.
Get good.
I was very close on one attempt, and then I never even got close to that attempt after that, which really
of course,
pissed me off.
You know what? I find that happens a lot.
More often than not, you think,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got so close, I'm gonna get close the next time,"
Yeah.
and then like you
The amount of
stuck
times
for like 10 times.
happened, the amount of times that happened during some of the Valkyrie fights in God of War, or a lot of the bosses I fought in Elden Ring, like the first time I'd fight a boss, I'd get pretty far.
Yeah,
And then I'd be like, all right, fine, I died. Like, I know what I'm doing. Next time, dead.
because
Like,
now you're
20
thinking
more
about it.
times,
Before
dead.
the first time, you're just reacting. You didn't know how hard the fight was going to be. Now that you know how long the fight is, like, and how hard it's going to be, it suddenly is harder
And then you
to
get
do.
deep into it.
Yeah, you gotta get deep in there.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, so I didn't beat the boss, but I'm excited to sit down at home and play it. I also couldn't change to the default control settings, so it was like not the control settings I was used to, where it's like trigger for shoot. It was like A button, which is really frustrating, or X or whatever. Another game that I played there that I really liked was called The Cub. It is a side-scrolling platformer.
Alex, you should take notes because you still need like to do half of your season on Fantasy League.
This is I keep putting in bids. I don't know what's happening.
But they don't go through till Saturday evening. All bids process on Saturday evening. How many did you submit?
Yeah, but wait, no, I submitted them last week when we were doing the thing.
I mean,
We
it's
did
also
the thing
possible
on
that, like,
Sunday, so it won't be until this
Yeah.
Saturday.
We did the thing on Sunday. Yeah.
so basically, if anyone wants anything, go outbid Alex right now.
So the Cub is a game. It's a side-scrolling platformer. It's kind of like the animation style is really cool. It reminded me, the first thing that jumped to mind was Osmosis Jones, but like
Oh, sick.
those kind of late 90s like of Fox animate, like Atlantis, like that kind of like style.
Yeah.
Like really cool. So it's set in the far future. Humans, the rich humans, have moved to Mars and have become Martians.
Okay.
Oh, like in
And,
Futurama.
in Earth,
Oh yeah.
Earth is like fell to like there was a nuclear war, and so yeah, all the rich people left, and it's been hundreds of years, and there's been mutations and all of that. And you play as the Cub, who is a child, who is like a mutant child, and the rich have come back to Earth and like now pay to come back to Earth to do like a safari, like big hunt.
What are
thing.
the visuals of this game?
It's what do you mean? It's
Like first person, third person, retro, 3D,
it's a 2D
realistic.
side scroller, 2D
Okay.
side scroller,
Fifth person.
platformer. And like the animation style is like late
the name?
90s, early 2000s. The Cub.
Cub.
The Cub. And yeah, so the rich now the rich Martians now pay to come back to Earth to hunt the wildlife, including the Cubs. So you're like outrunning these Martian hunters who are humans. It's dope. I loved it. It played very well. It was awesome. Like one to keep an eye out on. I also really liked American Arcadia, which I played a bit of. That
one looks sick.
It was at the Xbox presentation, I think. It basically is a mix of Severance and The Truman Show, where it is you are living in a city that the residents don't know is actually a reality TV show that the rest of the world watches. And you play as this guy that works at this business, and basically there is someone on the outside who is helping you escape. And this is another platforming 2D. It's a isometrical. It's not always like face on. It's sometimes coming from a different angle. But the
Prediction.
cool thing,
Its second show is about that character trying to escape.
the second show. What do you mean?
It's well, you just said he's part of a reality show,
Right.
right? So I bet twist is that the guy escaping is actually part of another reality show.
It's reality shows all the way down.
Yeah,
Oh, so you mean him escaping is a part of the content?
is a part of the content of the reality show. It's for premium
Okay.
subscribers.
Okay.
That's interesting because I was already, Tom, this game gave me vibes of this game I bought on Steam and haven't played yet. I told Alex about it. But have you heard about Not for Broadcast? It's like one of the highest.
Yeah, I think I
review
actually have a code
games.
for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it before next week because I've been thinking about it. But it is like a 1984-ish game. I think it's from the guys that made Papers, Please. And you essentially like operate a propaganda machine, but then the decisions you make are gonna affect like your life as well. So like you need to do a good job to keep like, but it's another of these like 1984 kind of horror, like thematically, it's like very like creepy and dystopian and too similar to the world we live in.
I really like Papers, Please. So that's very
Yeah.
interesting.
It's like the second highest reviewed game this year on OpenCritic.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have not heard of that one, but I'll have to check it out.
I'm gonna play it for next week because I want to check this out. You should too, Dan, if you have a code.
What else did I
think
play?
I do.
There was nothing else that really stood out to me too much. I played.
Did you
I
play
played-
Skim?
No, I played.
Oh.
I played Oxenfree 2, and I really loved the first Oxenfree.
Yeah.
But we ran into a bug, and
Mm.
they were like, "Oh, we'll send you like the demo file, and you can play at home." And I just haven't opened it since, so I didn't get very far in it, unfortunately. But from what I saw, like all the animations and stuff, like look way better than the first one. The first one didn't look good. It's also another 2D like side-scrolling game. But I've been playing for the most part a lot of stuff on the old Steam Deck, which finally came in.
Are you playing the Next Fest stuff?
Yeah, so I did some
Fuck.
demos on Next Fest, which is awesome. Whoops, I just turned that on and it's making a bunch of noise.
I
That's great.
wish I had a Steam Deck for this right now.
Oh my god, it's kind of so. First off, the hardware is awesome. Like
Yeah, show it.
There you go. So these are.
This is what Alex. This is what you should be getting yourself for Christmas.
So these are
A
touchpads.
little pricey.
Getting Wii U vibes.
It's
Christmas.
$400 for the cheapest one. So it feels great. These touchpads are awesome. Like the way that like all the inputs and stuff like happen is like I'm just very impressed with the hardware and like the level of customizability and like being able to like download demos and stuff. Like it's just weird for a handheld to be as versatile as this.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm very jealous of you right now because I want to be playing these Steam Deck games, but I just all these Next Fest games, but I haven't like committed to it. So I'm gonna do it this weekend. But it means like, all right, I have to set aside time. I'm gonna come down and sit in my office and play games. Like I want to be able to like sit upstairs on the couch and play them on the TV or like, you know.
But
That's
like
awesome.
I played XCOM. Like I tested XCOM on here, and it uses the thumb pad because it's a mouse game. So click, and like it's so responsive and actually like really. And then you use the right trigger and left trigger as like your mouse clicks.
That's
And
sick.
I was amazed at like how well that worked comparative to like using like a mouse and keyboard. Yeah, and then I tested Splitgate. I've been playing a bit of Splitgate because it's like Steam approved or whatever, or Deck approved.
Okay.
But the big thing that I've been playing, which I started today, is Neon White, which has gotten a ton of great reviews. And Alex, I'm telling you, I mean, everyone here I think will enjoy it, but this is an Alex fucking video game.
Why?
Why?
What is it?
Just like the incentive to like do better, and like it's short levels. So basically the way the story is that you are a human that has died and like you've gone to hell, or you are destined to go to hell because you're a piece of shit, like garbage human. You don't know why, you don't have any of your memories.
All right, so it's like Hades.
But
We need
God,
to clip some of that off for a Tom soundboard.
God has a competition where the souls of the damned can compete to slay demons, and whoever slays the most demons gets to go to heaven. And so the titular character is called Neon White because he's all dressed in white, and then there's a bunch of other people competing who are like neon yellow, neon
first-person shooter card
with
game
a card
that we
game.
show off like forever ago. This also coming to Xbox, right?
I think so. Yeah, it might
think
be
this was
it's
like
on Switch
Xbox.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
This
looks cool.
Yeah, it's sick. But basically, what it is like the levels are. No, it's Switch and Windows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Switch and Windows. I think it played at the Game Fest, Summer Game Fest presentation, not Xbox. Yeah, so you have a card and you go through the level, and it's how quick can you beat this level? And then there are like, if you beat it in this time, you get bronze, gold, silver, and you pick up cards, and each card is a different weapon. So one is like a machine gun, one is a gun, but they all have alternate firing modes that help you beat the level faster. And so it's just like you're just trying to like beat the time, get the platinum thing, and it has like leaderboards that are like, oh, you placed, I'm like the 3,000th highest player on like one of the things or whatever. So there's leaderboards, you can see how your times are against your friends and all of that. And there are like sneaky paths that the better you do, the more hints it unlocks and the more like options you have to do it faster. It's gotten amazing reviews. I think it's a 90 on OpenCritic. It's $25 and it's on Switch.
When did it come out? Did it just come out?
It came out today. Yeah, I haven't played too much of it. I bought it today, and I haven't played too much of it. But I from the Geo was like we were texting, so we were talking about not Terminator, TMNT, and he was like, I'm liking Shredder. But he was playing Neon White for review, and he was like, "But dude, wait till you get your hands on Neon White. Like this game's fucking sick." And yeah it's very very cool. Dope. I'm excited to see what you guys think. I played a ton of other stuff, but we can move on because we're running out of time.
I checked out the Pelican on Halo.
Flight Sim,
for Flight Sim. Yeah, I gotta tell you, Alex, if you were ever even gonna consider dabbling in Flight Sim, this is the thing, because it's stupid proof. There's a hover mode which will lock your altitude because it's a VTOL, because it can just take off vertically. and it can just
Right.
operate. So like you can just set an altitude and just move the stick around. Like you don't need to do shit.
Perfect.
You could go into the cockpit mode. It's very obvious how you speed up. You could like click the thruster and move it, or you could just press a button on your controller. Like kind of stupid proof.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I took it super, super high into the atmosphere, which was very cool. Basically got out to like the edge of space kind of a look.
Yeah, they
and
showed
then
that in the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was dope. It was great. I take off a lot of the time from like Sydney. I like Australia. It's a nice place. It's a good airport. It's one of my favorites. It's a good spot. Recommend. So don't do New York unless you like want to fly around that area, just because otherwise it's everything's just kind of gray visually. It's not.
It is.
You know,
I did a flight
like unless
from,
you like want to go and fly within the city, like there's not anything like close by. You know, you could always like speed up
Sure.
time, but otherwise, like, what are you gonna fly to the UK?
Oh, I
You're gonna
didn't
go
know
to
you.
fly over states. I guess that's what they're there for. But
I didn't
No.
know you could speed up time in the game. I thought it was like locked to.
you don't have to
real
do
time.
real time.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
There we go.
ways to. But I've done the real time like 6-hour flight to like Honolulu from LAX, which was fun. I just
Nice.
Here's more
basically
water.
do takeoff
There's some more
autopilot.
water.
Yeah.
If you look out
Yeah.
your windows, you'll be seeing more
Yeah.
water.
I like to go inside like the plane, so you can just like.
What if
it
you were
just sounds
flying like
you're on the
this
flight?
fucking fuck Godzilla? Where'd he come from? That'd be sick if they had a Godzilla.
It would be sick if they had a guy. I just rewatched. I watched not on purpose. I just needed something to watch the other day. So I just put on Pacific Rim. Great movie still. Fucking great movie. Oh, I watched the final. Sorry, all but one Fast and Furious. I still have to watch 9.
Oh, you're gonna love 9.
I gotta watch 9.
9
8,
is
Oh my!
all
Actually,
right. So okay, hang on,
was
hang on.
Did
wild.
you watch? Did you watch Hobbs and Shaw yet? I don't know where.
No,
that
I'm
is
gonna
in
watch
the-
Hobbs and Shaw. I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna
Okay,
watch.
so you
I'm
have
gonna
2
watch
more
the
to
2 of
go.
those. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. Okay, so here's how. Now that you've seen most of them,
Mm.
here's how I feel. Okay. One is fine film.
It just feels so old and so slow.
I don't like. I'm not a fan of 2. I
Look,
love
it's trash, but it was at least more interesting.
it is more fun than
Yeah.
1 for sure.
It's literally just supposed to be fun.
It
They were like,
does-
okay,
yeah.
people really liked the scantily clad women and the loud music. Let's
Yeah.
just make that into a movie. Oh, we'll leave the cars.
had an
with
ejector
sort
seat.
of something going on, but whatever.
Two's the first. Two's like the
Definitely.
first like thing that they were like, all right, well, what else can we put in the cars? And so
Yeah.
it's like ejector seat. Okay.
I like I love 3. 4
3 is awesome.
I just remember being like, this is a standard film. It's
Yeah,
good.
four
fine.
felt like a modern version of 1. You know,
4, basically, like there was a long layoff between 3 and 4 because they thought the series was like no one was going to
They
make
were,
them
like,
anymore
done,
after
yeah.
3.
yeah,
And
it
Tokyo
became
and then
a
everyone
meme,
started
it became a
loving them.
meme,
spin-off.
and then they brought
Yeah.
it back.
And then they were like, you know what? Let's give them everything they love. Fuck it. And they just
Yeah.
have done that and kept building on it.
Well, because there's another transition that happens once The Rock joins.
Well, they just keep giving you more of what you love, which is like random celebrities being thrown into the mix.
Yeah, but
and
once The
staying.
Rock joins, that's when it turns into basically like a secret agent show. Like it's
Well,
like
yeah,
a
who else is
series
gonna
about
save the world than these car thieves.
Yeah, they become like Shield. They basically become like Shield once like The Rock, and then Jason Statham joins. Which, you know what? Good. Jason Statham and The Rock, more charisma than anyone else that had been in the movie series so far.
Hey,
You're going to be disappointed in
it's
Hobbs.
mostly
correct. 5, I think, might be the actually best one, or is it 7? I always conflate.
it's hard, honestly, to
I know,
tell
I
which,
really liked
which
8.
which is which in my memory.
I
between 4
love
and 7.
8.
Between
People
4
fucking
and
hate
7, I
8.
have no
I
fucking
thought
idea
8 was the best one I've watched, to be honest.
9 I did not like, especially you texted us about some stuff, so I'm like, I don't know how much you know about 9.
Yeah, no, I just let him watch 9 first, and then
I
Okay.
definitely watch 9. We got to talk about 9 because I was really disappointed in 9, and it wasn't until afterwards that I found out that the writer of all of the films, who's been on every single film, for better or for worse, was not attached to 9 at all, and like you can really feel it. Like it just feels so disparate. So we'll see what 10 and 11.
I gotta
have
say
in
one
store
thing
for
very
us.
interesting about this. So when Paul Walker dies, very
Wait,
nice.
what?
tribute to
I'm just
him,
kidding.
right? The
Yes,
actor
yes.
dies. They don't kill him off in the movie. They
No,
do
yeah,
like a nice show. Very nice. But then in the next movie, people talk about him like he's dead, which is so weird.
Yeah, because they named
Especially
the
because
kid. They named the kid after
he names his kid after the guy, but the guy's
Who
not
is
dead
not
in
dead.
the world. In the
Yeah.
world, he was basically
Yeah,
like,
he
"Hey
just
guys, I have a
fucked off and
family
he's
now.
over there.
Like,
That's
I
it.
can't do this line of work anymore." And they all like said their goodbyes, and he moved on with his life. And now the
Just
guy
wait.
names the kid after
Just
it. It's
wait,
kinda
just
weird.
wait for 9.
Oh
It
my
gets
God.
even weirder. It gets even more bizarre with
All
all
I know
of
is
that.
that Han is back, and I'm very excited about it because I love
You were
Han.
you were tweeting the
Oh,
other
okay.
day.
So you know the Han
Yeah,
comes
you were
back.
you were
Okay.
texting the group or something. You were like they fucking killed Han, my favorite.
Yeah, I was
character,
like,
they
you
fucking killed him."
saw 3. You saw Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
You
that
said
takes
that
place
at the end of
I
it.
did,
later
I
on,
did,
so
but
you have to
but
go
it's
this
so hard
way.
to remember that Tokyo Drift is supposed to take place
Do you know-
between 6 and
do you know
7.
why?
But you
the
saw
whole-
him
No,
die.
Here's my problem though with that exact thing is going
thought
back and
that they were
rewatching them,
saying,
it's
like, he faked his
impossible
death.
because the technology is
I mean,
technology from
just
fucking
wait till you
2002,
see 9, dude.
but it takes
I'm so
place
excited.
when 2016 was happening, and it's really confusing.
I'm so excited for
And
9.
then Vin Diesel visits Sean, whatever the fucking
Yeah.
guy from Tokyo Drift is, and it's meant to be like within months of Tokyo Drift happening. And he is
8 was so
30 years
Therese hasn't,
older.
Therese hasn't seen any of these, and she woke up. I put on 8 because she fell asleep, and I was like, I'm not tired yet. I put on fast first. She wakes up halfway through 8, and she was like, what the fuck? She's like, why is Ludacris hacking a computer?
He's actually the best hacker in the world.
He's
They didn't know that.
so he goes, all right, hold on, let me open the
Do
mainframe.
you remember what he was in the second movie? Do you remember what he was? He ran
sounds
a garage. He just
everything-
ran a garage, and now he's the
everything
best
he
hacker in the world.
says in this movie, he sounds like he's annoyed to do anything. He's like, all right, hold on, I'm GPS tracking him. Here you go. Like, and then like he's barely moving his hands, and there's just shit moving around all over the screen. Like
Yep.
he's like a wizard. It feels like because Vin Diesel, I know, is like his whole thing is like he's like, I do D&D, and he was like he played WoW and all that stuff, right? This feels like just he got a bunch of celebrities together and they're LARPing. Like this is them. Like this is celebrities not even like pretending to be like actually actors in a movie. It feels like celebrities are hanging out and they're playing like a Fast and Furious D&D campaign more than anything is what this feels like. And because of that, I'm really into it. I'm really excited. Bruce was like, that was so stupid, but now I kind of want to see how it ends.
That's the problem. They're not great in the like
No,
the sense of the
they're
movie,
not.
but they are entertaining as shit.
Yes, they
So-
were. That's so true.
That's all that matters.
I had a good time with it. I'm excited. All right. Little news.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, I got Mario Strikers, but I barely touched it, so I don't really want to say anything about it. But I am going to play a bunch.
You talked over the music.
So
I can talk over the music.
Why
You
don't
could have
we
just
talk over the
waited until the
music?
music was over.
you can't say things over music now. What is this?
Well, I remember one
is this,
time
Tunaville?
Chris didn't want Tom to sing along with the music because it was off.
Oh, well, but that's different because he's trying to match it, and he's
No,
going
I
to
know,
be
but
not
it's,
matching
but because it's distracting. So I would think that listening to the news music is also distracting to listening to you talk about Mario Strikers.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
and also because I had to edit it, so I'd have to listen to it when it's out of sync. All right, well, you tell
All right,
us.
go
the
on.
news.
The news, sure. Let's see.
Elon Musk being sued.
Lauren Boebert.
Oh God.
Here we go. This is great.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
Here's
what
God.
people,
the risk
this is
you're
what
taking,
people come to
Tuna.
Unranked
The
for.
risk you're taking, Tuna, is that it has not been confirmed anywhere, and by the time it comes out, it could have been negged. So,
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
can't wait
forgot
for-
that
can't
I
wait for
forgot that
LB.
was a thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know
can't-
what you're talking about.
Can't wait
Wait,
for
at all?
LB to
Oh,
attack me
we'll
on
send you
Twitter
an article.
for fake news.
I mean, look at just
Ah,
look up her name. I assume
I
it's the
don't need
first
to
thing that
know.
comes up.
It's fine.
No,
The
you
world's-
need.
you would like this.
I would maybe go.
All
do
right,
some
I'm gonna look
Googling.
at it.
I mean, let's just
Well,
listen to him.
Tom, tell us some
find it
news.
for the first time. This would be better.
Okay, the real news, the gaming news. Do we want to talk? I know that the three of us did the live stream with the Xbox thing. Do we want to talk about the stuff that was announced at Xbox
No.
here?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
No, and the reason why, and I'll tell you why. The reason
okay,
why I don't
you
think we
tell
need to
me.
talk
You
about
tell
it-
me, baby.
The reason why I don't think we need to talk about it is because I think it was an hour. We've already covered it. And I don't think in the hour that I watched, there's any game.
Why is your thing so loud?
Your mic keeps like going in and out. Of,
Why
like,
is it so loud?
normal to like you screaming, and it's not. And it's kind of weird. It might be picking up from your headset.
No, it's fine.
There we go.
Is that better? Yeah.
I
Because I
think
got excited.
No, but I think what's happening is that it's also picking up from your.
How could it pick
your
me
headset.
up from here? I think it's when I get close.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
it's when you get close.
It's when
Yeah,
you get close
definitely,
to
that.
definitely sit like maybe a couple more feet back.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like no, honestly, feet.
At least an inch.
I'm an inch. All right,
So-
go ahead.
No, I just think that we've already talked about it. We already
Mm-hmm.
have it. You want to go see it, go see it.
It's on my Twitch.
And then also, I think of the hours worth of games that I saw, I don't think Dan, who wasn't there, would be interested in 90% of them.
Oh, he'd like that. Yeah, 90%.
90%.
He'd like that farming
90%.
game.
Yeah,
wanna
the
play
farming
that
game
farming
is sure
game.
fun.
I don't
Yeah.
want.
I wanna
Farming
play-
Simulator.
No, this is like farming simulator, but like
In the
farming
future.
simulator 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's walking around in mechs. It looked fucking sick.
Yeah. So in other, and also you don't need us to tell you. Have Tom tell you.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just unplug your mic and plug it back in? Because that's what it is. Tom, tell us what's next.
So today, Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 7 specifically had its 25th anniversary little stream, and fuckers on the internet lost their mind. If you are a Final Fantasy 7 fan, you are eating good.
If
Not-
you're a fucker,
In the neighborhood.
If you're a fucker, yeah, no. So basically, I learned a lot about Final Fantasy 7 today. It turns out.
What'd you learn?
The first thing I learned is that there's this thing called Crisis Core, Tuna, that is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII that was made for the PlayStation 2 and is much beloved by hardcore Final Fantasy fans. And it is getting a remake this year. It's called Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, 365 days over to direct square of pi. And it is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII. And yeah, it's getting a remake that's coming out this winter. Apparently it's amazing. Apparently it's for some people it's like their favorite Final Fantasy game, and it's like a huge shock apparently that it is getting a remake. So that is coming out this winter, and then they also showed that Final Fantasy and what's weird is that Crisis Core, the remake, it's coming out for Xbox and it's coming out for Switch and it's coming out for all the things. But part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which they also announced, PlayStation exclusive.
Until Final Fantasy whatever 3 comes out, and then they put 2 on Switch 2.
But
and
they're not putting remake on Xbox. That was the other thing. People were stunned that they were like, okay, they're gonna announce Final Fantasy VII remake on Xbox. Rebirth, I guess we'll get PS5 thing. No, there is no remake. There is no Xbox version of remake coming out. At least that hasn't been announced yet. It is coming to PC. That was the announcement that they made, or at least Steam. I don't know. Maybe it was on the Epic Game Store or something before. I could have sworn it was on PC already. But yeah, and they made the point. What was really interesting is in the stream, they were like, it's Steam Deck compatible. Like they said that. And I was like, okay, that's interesting that these publishers are like making it known that you can play this game on Steam Deck, which might show some insight that the Steam Deck has sold very well. Yeah, so it's called Rebirth, and they announced that Rebirth will be part 2 and that it's going to be a trilogy. Because when they first announced remake, they said we're going to do it in multiple parts. We don't really know right now what that looks like. And this was the stream where they confirmed Rebirth is part 2. There will be a part 3 after that.
Afterbirth.
And Afterbirth, Rebirth comes out next winter, so it's very soon. It'll only have been, if it sticks to that date, we'll see what happens. But if it comes out winter, end of 2023, it will only be 3.5 years since the original remake came out, which I think people were not expecting such a tight turnaround on that. And so that was the kind of big Final Fantasy news. The other news is that, and this is huge, Sonic is never going to kiss a woman again, which was revealed in one of the Sonic interviews that IGN did. Obviously, famously in the year 2006, Sonic kissed a woman. And his
and that, of course, led to the Supreme Court case, Sonic versus women.
Oh, you're muted, Chris.
Are they implying then that
He's gonna
Amy
kiss
is
a
not a
man?
woman?
Oh.
Like, will he never kiss Amy?
Let's pull it up. Let's get the exact quote. I don't want to misquote here.
I'm just trying to figure out if they're saying he's not going to kiss any more human women, or he's asexual, or he's gay. Like, what is like the spectrum that they're suggesting that he's never going to kiss a woman
saying
again?
He's never going to kiss a woman. They could have said human.
Right.
They could have said human.
They could have said human. Maybe he's going to be kissing up on Shadow.
Why say anything at all? Who cares?
That's
Because
really
people are
the
still
important
upset
part,
about
but
it,
no
Alex.
What do you mean people are still upset about it?
People
Gives
have
a
been
shit.
going
You
to
let-
since 2006.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Since
You
the
let
day
headshots
that
kiss
they,
women, and the next thing you know, we're fucking walking on ceilings.
Alex, not since It Takes Two's
Extremely controversial.
moment
Yeah.
has there been anything so offensive in a video game as when Sonic and
Here's
a
the
human
quote.
woman.
When asked, when the senior creator was asked whether it's likely that Sonic will lock lips with another human,
There
he
we
says,
go.
I don't think we'll be doing that again. Lizuka said, if you've never seen that's it.
Why did
And
you say
everyone's-
his name so aggressive?
I didn't-
Lazuka.
I didn't know. Is it Izuka? I think it might be a
I don't-
capital I. I
it
think it might be a
probably
capital
is.
I. Izuka. So there you go. Yeah, and other than the Xbox stuff, that was really all of the
I
the
got a
news.
little bit of news.
Did you see the Juneteenth thing? The Halo thing? The Halo
Yeah.
news?
Yeah.
What
My
is it?
God. They had a banner in Halo Infinite, and it was for Juneteenth, and it was like codename Bonobo, which
Jesus
they
Christ.
like very quickly like took down and like blamed on like basically Bonobo was the name of like some old like code
It's like-
name from
It's
Bungie
an internal
or something like that.
tool set. When they were at Bungie, it was Gorilla. That was the original. Then the new version is called Bonobo.
Gotcha. So it just happens to be named that for a brief moment,
Yeah,
which is a hell of a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean,
fuck
Halo, I'm out. But
well,
either
there you
way.
go.
Unrelated to that, just before that.
Pour one out for Everett Peck, the designer of Rugrats, passed away at 71.
Whoa. He
Tim
designed.
Sale also
I thought it
passed
was
away.
Klasky.
He's the character designer.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was he basically he came up with the designs for all the characters, which
Okay.
arguably is about as important
Yeah,
as
What's his
sure.
name? What's his name?
Everett Peck. He also
so I
did The
can't even, like,
Critic
try to guess
and the
who
Men
he
in
designed
Black
after
series.
himself. Do we know who's like him, like who he drew himself in?
I'm looking at him and none of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's lame.
none of them. Maybe Duckman, but also rumor I believe next week, or maybe it was the week after. It's like the 26th,
Gonna be
28th.
yeah.
Nintendo Direct coming in hot. So we got Splatoon 3 coming out. That'll have to be there. They're gonna show off Pokemon 100% because right now Pokemon is doing the same thing they did at the last game. They did like a weekly like exploring this region. They went through all the regions, and then the week of that, it would be the new generation. They had the Direct. They're doing the same thing now. There's only 2 left, so it's going to be, they're going to do Alola, and then they're going to do what the hell is the new Galar, and then of course we'll be at the new place. So we're going to see new Pokemon stuff. And have you heard the big rumor? We're going to have the new Fire Emblem, the sequel to Three Houses, revealed, which originally
Makes
they
sense.
say was targeted for the end of this year. They say the game is actually complete already, but it
So
might
it'll come
not
out
be
in
this
3
year.
years.
So yeah, it'll come out. in
Yeah,
3
it'll
years.
get delayed anyway.
I think that means though we're not going to see any Zelda stuff, probably, since they had to delay it. Maybe, and then they can do a trailer if they're still confident at the end of the year at the Game Awards, Tom, for like the actual game. They could do a new trailer then. That would be probably the time to do it. I won't be shocked if we get the Metroid Prime trilogy re-release, because that game has to be on target for next year. So doing the Prime trilogy, yeah, 4's got to be on
Didn't
target
they
for
like
another
last
year.
year like restart from scratch?
No, in 2020.
Okay.
Because then we're talking about like almost like 4 years by the end of next year.
I think if Nintendo does a direct and it is like, hey, this is like the equivalent of us doing an E3 direct, I do think we will see Zelda stuff. Just because when we saw before Breath of the Wild came out, the E3 before that, we got like hours of gameplay. They basically live streamed themselves playing the Great Plateau for like hours.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
So I was working at Game Zone at the time, right? I was writing there.
But Zelda's not coming out till like next spring.
Neither did Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right.
It'll be the same amount of time.
Yeah. I just assumed it was a holiday game, but that's right. Nintendo's gotten big on like March.
Yeah, I think it'll come out like maybe on the anniversary of Breath, or they'll try and do something like that. Yeah, I think we'll see something if it is a big direct. If it's more like if they say like we're doing a direct, it's 20 minutes, we're not going to see anything. But if they're like it's a 40-minute direct, I think we will. And then maybe like a treehouse or something. I don't know. I also don't know if this is actually going to happen. I don't know if there is going to be a direct. We'll see. Yeah, hopefully. Love to see some Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay. I bet you will get a title announcement at the very least. They'll give us the title.
I would like that.
Like another short trailer and the
Breath
title.
of the Wild 2.
What do you think? What do you think for a title? What are we getting? We're going with like an instrument, an item.
God. I mean, they're all so
what's the gimmick?
Unrelated.
I mean, he's got to be flying around of some kind in this game.
The gimmick is that there's an underground, it seems. And it kind of seems like, what was the one, Link Between Worlds or whatever, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of like there's two links. I think we're getting time travel stuff. Has that been one with Ocarina of Time?
Are you serious?
So we probably want to get time in the name.
No, I mean there's gonna be tons of like floating islands and stuff. So I think it's gonna have something to with like flight or hovering or
Skyward
air. Well, we've already done wind, obviously.
We've done Skyward.
We've done waking up.
Mm.
All right, we'll think about it. We'll have till next week. Everyone come with their best pitch title.
Sure.
And we're gonna make our bets.
We'll
Place your bets. Send in your guess from what we know of what the Zelda title or gimmick might be to email it on rankedpodcast.com. Go to news. Go to mail.
Yeah.
Jesus, do you know the order? Do you know where we are? Do you know what time it is?
It is 7:15 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
And you can
people
email
watching
us.
live would have known that too, but
That's right. Oh my God. I'll finally be able to be
Next
like,
week, baby.
if you're listening now.
Yeah, I mean, that'll actually make sense.
True.
But it's
goes
not
that
yet
joke.
It'll be
true.
true.
There
Oh
goes
my
that-
God.
there was that long-standing joke.
Oh,
That's great.
that's
awesome.
great. Email at unrankpodcast.com. That's right. Email at unrankpodcast.com or dial 805-738-8692. Just there, like if you're on an iPhone, I don't know, Android's probably the same. Just swipe up, hit the phone. You go to the keypad, you dial 805 836. Wait, what is it? 805.
Jeez.
Well, see, I made myself pause, so now I don't know what it is anymore.
Retune you, baby.
Yeah, 805 Retunia. 805, and then what you have to do is each letter, each word here has 3 letters under them, so you got to find the R. So it's 7, and then E's 3. Retunia. 805 Retunia. Call, leave a voicemail. Here's one that came in.
What's up, Rank Crew? It's Felix, McKilla Gorilla. Calling because Chris forced me to call you guys. Quick question. How do you guys like the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and any favorites and anything you guys are looking forward to playing these coming up games. Love you guys. Stay unranked.
Ooh, no suck it. Interesting that we didn't talk about it in news. We're being
Yeah, I
forced to
know.
talk
We
about it
saved
anyway.
it. We saved it for this.
Yeah.
Tuna didn't see any of the good stuff.
Like, there was like one or two things that were like, all right, interesting. And then he left. And the second he leaves, Diablo 4. It was like unbelievable the turn that show did in 30 minutes. It went from a C to an A for me, that show.
So, Tuna, of everything you saw, what was the best thing that you saw?
Trying to remember what I saw. The Hot Wheels.
Oh, the Hot Wheels Forza Horizon.
That was actually dope. I kind of want
Yeah,
to. I want to check that out.
It looked good enough. It looked good enough that I would maybe check out, but I don't think there was anything on that list that I would check out except for Diablo 4, which I didn't see.
Okay. Well, there was.
Because I played the shit out of Diablo 2. I played
Skip
a
3.
lot of Diablo 3, but not as much as 2. And so yeah,
Isn't that always is? Isn't that always how it is?
Tom, I don't remember this airing there, but maybe it did. But did they have the Fall Guys trailer? I guess they did. Maybe I
No.
just forgot. Oh,
No, that was
okay.
the
have
Fall
this
Guys
listed
had
here.
its own.
Yeah, that's what
Fall
I thought.
Guys had its own thing.
But yeah, by the time next episode rolls around, it'll already be free for everyone. Not this episode, of course. Next episode.
Yeah.
the one that people will maybe watch it.
Maybe be able to see
Wait, no,
live,
I thought it was like
possibly.
the 26th or the
21st.
30th, the 21st.
21st.
Oh, sick. Awesome. Great. That's awesome. I was in like a bunch of the betas, but I didn't even bother playing. I'm like, whatever. It's gonna be on Xbox in 2 weeks. I'm just gonna fucking wait. The Hot Wheels DLC comes out next month. Alex, download next month for download Flight Simulator now. Do the Pelican. Delete it next month. Download Forza. I want to do these Hot Wheels tracks. That does look very cool, I think. What
It's gonna have the best part of Hot Wheels without the worst part of Hot Wheels. The worst part is when you have it and it's in person and you've built it and it still doesn't quite line up right, and so it doesn't quite work. But this one, it shouldn't have that. So that's gonna
Didn't
be
have that
better.
problem, yeah.
No.
My
the Rick and
favorite
Morty game, I think, is what Dan would have
Squanch
loved.
games.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
the
also one of
Squanch
the
Oh, I
best
games.
saw
looking
I saw
games.
that. I didn't see
Eye on
the
Life.
live, but I saw
It's
it.
coming out like next month too. Like it's coming out very, very soon.
It looks really good. It reminds me of like, I mean, the comedy is exactly what you'd think, but
It's
it
literally an episode of Rick and
it
Morty.
looks like a more fun version of Cyberpunk in a way. Like it looks like what like if people that were fun made Cyberpunk, just
People
aesthetically.
that were fun. Amazing.
Yeah.
I was
jeez.
watching. I like retuned into some stuff because I was watching the Kind of Funny guys like do live reactions to it, and it cuts to the trailer of the Squanch Games thing, and it's fucking Justin Roiland doing the voice, right? The voice that he does in everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like one of the guys was like, he's got a lot of mileage out of this. Like he's made a lot of money off of this one fucking voice. For me, looking at this list, I mean, I'm very excited for
This
us.
last.
Leas. Oh my god, you know how Brooke pronounces orange? She says orange.
I've met people that do that.
Orange.
I don't agree.
Orange. That's
We
like
were at-
that's not even no. That's like
we were at-
ER.
Does she
we-
say crown instead of crayon?
I'm gonna have to ask.
Where is she from again?
She's from
Long Island.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, well, she was born in Long Island, but she moved to Pennsylvania. Very
So
young.
okay,
But
yeah.
what
I've
part
heard
of
people
Pennsylvania? Is she
I've
from
heard
like
people from
Rural,
Kentucky?
rural, yeah, like out like an hour or so outside.
I've heard
About an
people
hour
from,
away.
like,
About an hour away.
when I went to
About
school,
an
there were
hour.
people who were more local that talked like that too, and that's the same area, like northern Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Yeah.
southern
Yeah,
New
it's
York
like
area.
northern.
Mhm.
Yeah, Orange. Yeah, she's very close to like
Orange.
the New York border. I'm obviously very excited for Starfield. The thing I think I was the biggest like surprise that I'm also excited for was Cocoon, the next game from the guy that put. Yeah, it looks dope. It is the next game from the creator of Inside and Limbo, although it's not. I guess he left and then went to go form his own thing. He's making Cocoon because Somerville is the next game from that studio that made Inside and Limbo. This game looks dope. You play as like a little like humanoid mantis character, and you're carrying like worlds in like a glass ball on your back, and you're placing them, and then you jump inside and you
Oh.
go into another world.
So it's not like the movie.
Very interesting. No, it has
Wait a
nothing to
minute.
do with the film Cocoon.
Was this which one was that the game that started out as a storybook?
No.
Oh my
That is
god,
not-
but that
game
game
looked pretty cool.
That
that
game
wasn't-
is not from Xbox. That was
No,
from Daily
no.
Devs or something.
But
yeah.
that
Oh,
what
that
is
wasn't
that?
that was the other thing you sent.
something Squire.
The Little
Excuse me.
Squire or something like that. Yeah, that game looked great. The Little Squire. Holy shit, that was very cool. It was like an almost Cuphead-esque aesthetic, like while you were in the storybook, and then when you were jumping around in real life, it looked like It Takes Two. Basically, it looked
Plucky
so
Squire.
good.
Plucky
Plucky Squire, sick.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, oh fuck.
They had like a lot of updates to stuff, which was lame. But dude, Starfield was like the thing that everyone showed up for, and there were a lot of other cool games that were shown off. But man, Starfield, a game that I wasn't really excited about because I just don't like the Fallout games. That sold me 100%. The second I saw those ships, I've been other than Severance, I think For All Mankind's the best thing that's like on TV right now. I love a lot of these Marvel and like Disney shows, the Star Wars things, like they're good, but I just think most of them like overall are like good. Like they're awesome in the moment first time through, but like, you know, they're not the same level as the movies are necessarily. For All Mankind is so good because of the way it'll when you watch it eventually, they're working with like real scientists. So it's very reminiscent of The Martian in the way that they portray things and do things in the way that like the drama works. And Starfield did the same thing when they showed off their habitats and they showed off their ships and the way everything was modular and the way everything interlocked. It felt like they didn't just make Alien Fallout. It really looked like they made a space exploration simulator, but not trying to do it in the way like, I don't know. It didn't give me the vibes that No Man's Sky does. You know, it gave me like a more grounded kind of experience. It seemed like. What did you think?
Oh, just for Starfield. Sorry, I thought we were talking about. Okay, yeah. I thought it looked great. I know a lot of people have like. I mean, it's very No Man's Sky, but you know, it's a No Man's Sky with a focus on combat and story, which excites me because every time I boot up No Man's Sky, I'm like, this is amazing, but it's all based around like resource collection, which I'm not a fan of. Obviously, that is in this game, but resource collection to build a ship to go like fight space pirates is like what I'm about. I know you can do that in No Man's Sky. You fucking freaks out there playing No Man's Sky. Tell me you can fight space pirates. I'm like, yes, but it's not. It's not the focus of the game. The story, the quests, all this stuff, not the focus of the game. I know there's combat. I know.
Did you know there's combat in No Man's Sky?
Yeah. Also, there was some exciting stuff afterwards saying
you can
that,
fly
like,
together now.
Like for like for your ship, right? You can build your ship, but one of the cool things they were saying is like you don't have to like just build like shooting weapons. Like you can build weapons like an EMP blast, and like when you run into other ships in space, you can blast and board the ship and take it over.
That's
I'm like,
fucking
oh my god,
sick, bro.
I'm like, please let it work the way you're describing it.
But
and
it's not going to entirely, right? Because
No,
like
I'm
Space
sure
of
it won't.
Thieves.
because you don't do the thing you
Yes,
really
exactly.
wanted. You don't like fly and land on the planet, and you
No,
don't
you
take
don't.
off from the planet. But I also agree with them on some level that like it's just a lot easier to make that a loading screen and not make it one like huge open world.
If I can fly, if it's a thing and I'm going this loading thing and I'm going to orbit and I can fly to the other planet, I will take that as a compromise.
Yeah.
But I did not want it to be the thing that they do in Destiny where it's like you're in orbit.
No, you're
I
not
pick a
gonna-
thing in
yeah.
a menu and then it goes to the next thing.
No, because they did. They showed dogfighting, right? Like we saw ships, like so.
But I was like, you know, what is the, for example, like you have dogfighting and like orbit stuff in Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, but if you want to go to a different planet, you have to go to a menu, select it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't
it's
think
too
I
much
don't
like
think
Destiny.
I don't think I know if you can like fly to another system or whatever.
Yeah.
And then obviously a lot of people complained about the fact that like there's 1,000 planets and like people were like, oh, well, a lot of them going to be barren. I don't know, like, because as much as I not complained, but said I don't like the resource collection, like the fact that I love a good podcast game. So if it is kind of that thing of like, I have a podcast to catch up on and I really want to build this thing for my ship, like I'll go to this random planet made of metal.
Collect
And,
helium
like,
for a couple hours.
Yeah, like I'll do it. As long as it's like the background thing.
We did it, Alex. We
It
rode
was
around
so
on those
dumb, like,
fucking
so
hover
stupid.
bikes. That
So
I remember that. That
stupid.
took for fucking ever.
Which one was this? You guys talking about?
Destiny 1.
Destiny.
they never
that's-
gave those bikes guns either. Like in the end, like
Stupid.
what are we doing?
So fucking dumb.
What are we
Um,
doing?
Now I do want to drop in some breaking news here
Oh,
to get Tuna. Well, all of you guys' reactions, but specifically
You
the
just want
biggest
to
fan,
reaction. I'll go in
Tuna.
the other room.
Game of Thrones Jon Snow sequel series in development at
Oh
HBO.
my
No, no, I'm in. I'm in. Bro, I'm
Uh,
totally in.
No.
Kit Harington is attached to reprise his fan favorite role in the
I'm
first
totally in.
potential Thrones
No.
project to take place after the events of the original series.
I mean, I think what everyone's
Who's
super excited about.
deciding what happens? Oh, this is so.
Everyone's super excited to continue the story they left off. Everyone
No,
loved how
they're
that worked
not.
out.
I
so-
like Kit Harington
What's he
enough that
gonna
I'd watch this.
do?
I'd
Who-
watch
Who
it.
cares? So then you need to bring. It's just a way to bring everyone back. It's just stupid.
Do it. Let's go see Arya and the new land and the new world. I want to see the East.
Yeah, I want to see what happens with
I want to
Dany.
see Easteros.
I don't want to
oh, well,
see.
no, we
I don't want to see fucking. What's his? I forget the names now. I'm so over this shit.
I
Jorah?
forgot the names while we were watching it.
No, who's the dragon? Who's the dragon that carries Danny
Drogon.
away? Yeah, so he's gonna enter in. He's gonna bury
Yeah.
Danny somewhere, and then Kit
He's gonna
Harington's
fuck
be
Jon
in the
Okay,
Snow.
but here we go.
Jon Snow's gonna lay an egg, and then there's gonna be a new dragon.
I thought
It's just.
Robin lays an egg.
No, if a dragon from Game of Thrones, it can impregnate any kind of human.
Can it
This
impregnate
is
Jon
just
Snow?
this is such
But
a bad idea.
I didn't know how many projects they had. So they've
have a
got
lot of
obviously,
projects.
This
obviously
is
they've got House
such
of
a bad
Dragons.
idea.
There are other live action prequels coming out. One
This is
called
what they're doing is,
10,000
look,
ships, which
They're
is about
saying yes to
Nymeria,
this stuff, but a lot of
9
it's
voyages, aka the sea
most of this
snake.
won't be made. Is the
I'm
thing?
gonna. I think I'm.
That's the
none of
thing,
this is
too.
gonna be made except for House.
No, they're gonna make at least one more of these things, but a lot
No.
of these won't be made.
House is gonna fail. House is gonna fail, and they're not gonna make another goddamn.
I think
thing
House
with
might
Game of
fail, but I
Thrones.
am gonna watch it.
I'll watch it, but it's gonna fail. That's
Yeah.
my prediction. Big time failure.
All right, we got another 805-738-8692, 805 Retunia. Open your phone call now.
Hey, it's Cuphead. I was just calling because listening to episode 326 and you were giving us directions to call this number, but I'm not really sure what you want me to do with that. So I guess I'll just leave this voicemail here for you. I hope this is what you wanted.
Yep.
All right. Dan Rank, suck it.
That was great.
Thank you. That was
All
great.
right, bonus points
was
for
great.
suck it that time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
suck it.
Can you imagine if he was like, Tuna, what do you think about the announcement of
Yeah.
Jon Snow sequel series? And I'm like, he's like, I'm the guy that greenlit it. I'm
Yeah.
at HBO. Oh, very
Terrible.
funny.
Alex, you got a complaint for us?
No.
All right, Dan has a game. Let's hear what
I
it is.
do. All right, so I don't know
Oh,
what got me to
God.
this train of thought, but today's game is called The First of Them.
What?
All right. Okay. It's gonna be the first of
Okay.
us to do something.
So this is actually this is based on the origins of zombies in video games.
Okay.
Like what
Okay.
happened to cause the zombies to happen. So I'm gonna give
Oh.
you the titles of 5
Okay.
games, and you're gonna have to tell me
Okay.
when I read them off which is which.
Okay.
I like
So
it.
I will send
Yeah, I like
will
it.
send those titles to the group and make sure I don't just send to one person. But don't answer me in the group.
Sorry, Dan. Can you explain what we're sending to you?
So I'm gonna eventually read descriptions of what may have caused these zombies in different games.
Mhm.
And
Right.
you have to tell me. I'm giving you the 5 games that I've come with. You have to tell me which is
We're
which.
matching.
Yes,
Gotcha. Okay.
and there is no tiebreaker if we need one
Perfect.
because it didn't work out that way.
Perfect.
So I am slowly copying and pasting all of these. Do. And they are not going to be the order I'm reading it, so don't worry about that.
I mean, if we do them one at a time, you can just say them to us. Or
I can,
No, we have to do them all at once. We have to
yeah.
do them all at
But
once.
and then like it would narrow down what's what at the end.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really work for the last one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you should should have known that.
All right, those are your 5 games. So if you know where zombies came from in one of them, I will read them off now so that everyone at home knows what the hell the 5 games are. We've got Dead Island. This is, of course, game series because the origin story is the origin story. The Last of Us, Dead Rising, Left 4 Dead, and Resident Evil. All right, so you guys ready for the first description?
Yes.
All right. First description. The result of trials with the T virus, Dr. James Marcus began to consider the impact that human testing would have on his research, eventually forcing people into being guinea pigs for his secret bioweapons projects.
Okay.
Next.
Next one. It's caused by genetically altered wasps that were created in an experiment that was meant to reduce the cost of breeding cows. Number 3.
Yeah.
It started with an outbreak of a fungal infection known as the cordyceps brain infection, which attacks the brain, leading to zombie-like characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone done? Or you
Yep,
want a
we're
couple more?
done.
Yep.
Yep.
Next.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kuru is a neurological disease endemic to the Papua New Guinea region. It's widely passed among the local tribes and is believed to be. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing it because the light is in my eyes now. When I wrote it, I was much closer to my computer, and I'm fucking blind. It's widely passed among the local tribes and is believed to be the cause of the zombie outbreak. The variant of Kuru found on the island of Banoi that created the infection outbreak is actually a stronger and altered variation of the disease.
Cool.
And number 5, rather than being undead, they are living humans who have been infected by the green flu virus, causing massively increased aggression and loss of many higher brain functions, such as speech and self-preservation.
What was number 2?
Number 2 was it's caused by genetically altered wasps.
And number 3 was cordyceps.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
What was
me
number
too.
1?
Whoop! I almost sent it to the unranked group.
Yeah, I said don't do that. Send them to me. Number 1's the result of trials with the T virus. Dr. James Marcus began to consider the impact that human testing would have on his research, eventually forcing people into being guinea pigs for his secret bioweapons projects.
I fucked up the spelling, the name of the last one, but you'll know which.
As long as I can tell, then we're fine.
Yes, you're fine.
What was there's a game called something Rising, right?
Wait, what was the last one?
The last game I gave you.
Last game.
I sent those to the group. The last one I sent was Resident Evil.
No, sorry. Like the last description.
The 5th description was rather than being undead, they are living humans who have been infected by the green flu virus, causing massively increased aggression.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't fuck mine up. There was one I wasn't sure of, so I put 2 next, in that spot, and then I was able through process elimination fix it, but I wasn't sure if I actually fucked the order up. But
Gotcha. All right, so I have the answers from everybody.
all right,
Let's do it.
So the first one, should I read it again? I guess, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then just say the
I'll
answer.
just kind of summarize. So the one that was the result of trials with the T virus was, as you all got right. Someone say it out loud.
Resident Evil.
Evil.
Correct.
I took a guess.
Well, your guess was correct.
You took a guess on that, Tuna?
Never
Oh.
played a Resident Evil game in my life.
I know, but I just feel like. Okay.
Well, I knew one of them.
I wonder which one it was. All right.
All right. The
I know
next
which one because it appeared in Game Link during the week you guys weren't on. Alex and I did Game Link.
Okay, here we go.
The second one that was genetically altered wasps.
Oh, yeah. What did I put for this one? Go ahead.
So let's see what everyone put here.
I think, yeah.
All right. So Tom, what did you put?
So I put Left 4 Dead, and this is the only one. There are 2 that I flipped. I went back and forth, but I said Left 4 Dead on this one.
And Alex, what did you put?
I put Dead Rising.
And Chris, what did you put?
Dead Rising.
And that is correct. Dead Rising. Is the answer.
Oh, you
number
were
2.
so fucked, Tom.
Then you guys got the rest of. Well, I guess
No,
you
not
guys
yet.
fucked up. Yeah.
Not yet.
All right. Number 3,
But we
which
did.
was the fungal infection outbreak.
We all know.
No,
We
it's
all know what it
cordyceps.
is. We all know
Yep.
what it is.
It's
Last of Us.
what the game was named
It's
after.
the one with all the
Last
fungal
of Us.
infections in it. It's with all the people
Oh,
that
the
look
first
like
of us,
mushrooms.
the last of us.
No,
Yeah.
the game is called The First of Them. That game was called The
First
Last
of
of
Us.
Us.
yeah.
That is where the
Okay.
name of the game
This
came.
guy, this guy, this guy.
And number 4, Kuru.
Dead Island, because you mentioned islands.
Yeah, I
That is
went with that
true.
because you mentioned islands as well.
Yeah, it is.
No one,
Dead Island.
no one took it as a okay. So anyway, I didn't write descriptions, by the way. I took them and took the names of the games out of them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you all got that one right, which means on the last one, Alex and Chris got it right
Which
Left
means
4
they
Dead.
got a perfect game.
because
means-
they got perfect
Yeah.
games.
Which that one,
It
when they talk
is-
about them being aggressive,
The green
and-
flu is Left
Yeah.
4 Dead.
Right. And clearly I win because alphabetically A comes before C.
No, you and Chris just tie and both win.
All right, fine.
no tiebreak.
No,
no, I
fuck
said
it.
there wouldn't be a tiebreak. There's not enough games.
He did say there
Come
would
up
be.
with a no, but do a live task.
No, fuck it.
First one to convince me they should win this game. Wins
A
the game.
before C, obviously the winner.
Just to not capitulate to Alex and his stupid lawyer
I
mumbo
knew
jumbo.
I knew his thing was gonna be
Of course he knew it.
go against.
All
what
right,
Alex
Tom. Who do you think
said.
should win out of those two?
Me.
You are not one of those two.
Let me see. Let me see.
What are you seeing? What do you need to see?
Trying to think. Who's played the most of these games out of the two of you?
Probably Chris.
Think
Although
Chris-
Alex and I did remember we played Dead Rising 2 together. That was pretty fun.
Chris
It
won.
was like 360.
All right, Tom has declared Chris the winner of this game.
It's ridiculous.
The Tom bonus point goes to Chris.
Yes.
The Tom bonus point.
I thought you were going to
Fuck
say
off.
Tom for picking the winner. You get 3 bonus points, making
And
you
therefore
the
you
winner.
are the
You actually lose 2 points. But it
Oh,
keeps
I
you in third.
lose. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm still in third, no matter what. I could have.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like typically now, well, not typically, but soon typically, what we would be able to do is be like, oh, what should we talk about during the post show? Unless like something had come up, because our active chat will be able to tell us what they'd like us to talk about if we don't have a specific thing that we couldn't get to. But we aren't live, not this week as we intended. Hopefully
Well,
next time.
we're live, but not to anyone.
If you're
Yeah, we're
listening now,
alive.
Like
the
we are
live
doing this
for
live. This
now.
isn't like segment produced or anything. We did this live. It's like
That's true.
we're just gonna air it at a later date instead
Yeah.
of right as it's happening.
Yes, it is unscripted. So we'll get out of here and figure that out. Danny,
I'm first.
sure,
alright.
why not? Fuck it.
You can find me at Big Dan 15 on Twitter, on Twitch, and on PlayStation. The Big Dan 15 on Xbox.
Alex,
Tuna Targaryen on PlayStation and Twitter, and Tuna Space Targaryen on Xbox.
Tom,
Great Brits Home on each and every platform.
Christian_Humes. We're the Unranked Podcast. Stay unranked and check those show notes. Go to that phone number. Give us a call. Send an email. Write in. Stay unranked.
Tie.
Don't call 1-800-3-SUCK-IT.